Okay, students, today we'll be starting lesson 3.2, Understanding Relations, and this is the Explore portion of it. You'll notice three highlighted words, relation, domain, and range. If you'll do me a favor, go ahead and put me on hold, pause, and copy those along with their definitions down. When you're ready, unpause me. So the three different words were relation, domain, and range. Relation is the set of all the ordered pairs where ordered pairs are the x and y coordinates that form an address that you could plot on a Cartesian coordinate system. Or we also know that as the graph. The domain is the list of all the possible x coordinates from a relation, and the range is the list of all possible y coordinates from that relation. We call those the inputs and the outputs, and we'll explain that a little bit later. Well, you notice for this example, you are given 1, 2, 3, 4 ordered pairs. From those 4 ordered pairs, we pull the domain, which is only the x's. So for the domain, we got this x, this x, this x, and this x. And notice what we put them inside of. We put them inside of these little braces. The reason we put them inside of the braces is because we are dealing with something called a set. And in algebra, anytime you see the word set, I need you to remember to wrap it in braces. If you ever forget, it's the things that you put on your teeth to straighten them. Now, since we are doing a domain, and the domain is the set of all x's, then you want to put them inside braces with commas between all the numbers. Now, the range, on the other hand, is the set of all the y's. So you'll notice here's a y, here's a y, here's a y, and here's a y, and this is where they all show up, all the y's. Because again, we are talking about the set of all the y coordinates from a relation. That's how you find a domain and a range. Now, you could demonstrate a relationship, which of course this was a relationship. How are those numbers related? We don't really care. They just are. So what we do is we start off with a relationship, which is this guy right here. And what we want to do is we want to set this relationship into this table by breaking apart the x's and the y's. So this relationship is the ages of boys, and the output is their corresponding heights. So here we go. You see all the x's, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 11, and 12. We just list them in order. So here we go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 11, and 12. So what we do is we pair them up with their corresponding y values. For 7, we had 41. For 8, we had 45. For 9, we had 49, 52, 53, 55, and finally 59. Now, that satisfies the requirement of question B. For question C, I got to get into the technicalities of an ordered pair. So let's do ordered pair. An ordered pair has an x first and a y second. And if you think about the x and y axis, you'll notice x is on the horizontal axis and y is on the vertical axis. So if I ask you, how can you move along the x-axis, there's really only 3 different movements you could do. You could move in this, again, remember, this is only on the x-axis. You can move left, you can move right, but you could also stay. those are all the different movements on the x-axis. So for the y-axis, you have 3 movements. You can move up, you can move down, or again, you can stay. Now, how do you know you can move left on the x-axis? Well, if you're moving left, the number has to be a negative. If you're moving right, the number has to be a positive. And if you're going to stay, the number has to be 0. Same thing with the y. If you're moving up, the number has to be a positive. If you're staying, the number has to be a 0. And if you're going to go down, it has to be a negative. That's how you move around the x and y axis using ordered pairs. So let's take a look at the first ordered pair. The first ordered pair is 741. So if we go to 7 and we're moving to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, there would be 7. Now what we do is we go up to 41. So 7, and let's go to 40, and just a little bit past 40 would be 41. Somewhere in that neighborhood. All right, now the next ordered pair would be 8 and 45. So we go 8 units from the origin to the right. And since it's a positive 45, we go positive 45 up. This one's going to be right around here. The next one's going to be 949. So we go 9 units to the right and 49 units up, which is just below 50. Next ordered pair is going to be 1052, so 10 units to the right, 52 units up. That'd be just a tad bit past 50. Trying to make these look like dots, but we're going to do it on decimals here in just a minute. Okay, but at 10, I also have 53. So at 10, I would also have to go to 53, and this is going to be a little harder. Let me change my color. Let's go 53 right around there. Next one's going to be 1155. So here's 11 and go up to 50 and 5, which is somewhere right here. And then, of course, my last ordered pair would be 12 and 59, which is 12, but not quite up to 60, right about there. And that's how you would plot your ordered pairs using the directions of left, right, stay, or up, down, and stay. Now, let's go ahead and do this on decimals just to get a good look. You'll notice over here your X settings for your graph are going to be from 0 all the way through all the ages until we hit this one right here. And it looks like we're stepping by 1, so this would be 13. Title is age, step is 1, and title is age by year. And for my Y, I'm going to want these guys here. Starts at 0 and runs all the way up to here, and it looks like we're stepping by 5, so that'd be 65. So 0 through all the Y's to 65. Step is by 5s, and I have a title called height in inches. Okay, I got everything I need for decimals, so now I'm going to run over here to decimals. And let's do, remember with decimals, the first thing you always want to do is select the monkey wrench, take off minor grid lines, start with your title and then move on. Again, the title is age in years, starting at 0 and running through 13 steps of 1. My other title was height in inches, starting at 0 running through 65 with steps of 5. And when you're done, hit the monkey wrench again, and now you're going to see should look almost identical. So since we have a bunch of ordered pairs, we're just going to grab one table and plug in all of our ordered pairs. So 741, 845, 949, 10, 52, 10, 53, 11, 55. Notice what I did. I messed this one up. It's supposed to be 10, 52, and 10, 53, and then 11, 55, and 12, 59. Now, once I have all my ordered pairs in, I'm ready to go grab me a graph. So I'm going to click on the Share Graph, Export Image. And again, this is the one where I have to download it. But for you guys, it's going to show somewhere up here. And you're just going to be able to copy and paste it. And when you're done, it should look like that. Perfect. Copy, paste, shrink to size, and make sure to overlap the entire graph. And with that said, we're going to move on to part 2 of Explore, which will take care of questions D, E, and F.